Yes, ma'am.
Hello everyone, I'm Tim from Tim's PC, and I build custom PCs to suit anyone's needs or budget. I also live stream my builds and repairs for transparency and educational purposes. So if you would like to get an awesome new PC and you'd like to see it get put together live, send me a message today. Alrighty, so yeah, we're back again tonight with another live PC build. So, you know, we could spend a lot of time talking about it, or we could actually just get into it. So I think tonight we're just going to get into it. What do you reckon? I think that's a good idea. Alright, so let's go through it. So we've got the i5-10400F here. We've got the MSI B460M Pro VDH Wi-Fi motherboard. We'll have a look at that a little bit closer soon. We have the RTX 3060, the ASUS Dual. So we can just put this to the side for now. We've got 32 gigabytes of Adata Spectrix D41, 3200 megahertz CL16 memory. We've got a 500 gigabyte Crucial P1 NVMe SSD. We've also got a 1 terabyte SATA SSD. Got a 750 watt Thermaltake power supply here with the 5-year warranty. We've got a Deepcool Castle 240mm all-in-one liquid cooler for our CPU. And we've got some RGB fans to go in this case, because I just noticed that this case doesn't have addressable RGB fans. So we're going to put these addressable RGB fans in there instead. What else have we got? That's pretty much it. The case is the Silverstone Farah R1. So you can mount a 240mm all-in-one liquid cooler to the top, or you could play around with things and get a 360 there on the front as well, I believe. Yeah, other than that, so it's a nice looking case, good airflow at the front with the mesh there. Yeah, not much else to it. So let's have a look at the motherboard. So what do we get in the package? Alright. So you get some instruction manuals and a CD-ROM, so they can go in the bin. We've got our Wi-Fi antennas, we've got some SATA cables, got our rear I/O shield there, and we've got an MSI Go Faster badge. And as for our board, oh, that's really stuck down there. Okay, so here's our motherboard. So I'll go around the board and I'll point out the main features. So I've got an 8-pin CPU power connector here. We've got direct touch heat sinks on our MOSFET and VRM. Got our LGA 1200 socket for our CPU. We've got 4 memory slots here, so this is dual channel memory. So these 2 slots channel 1, these 2 slots channel 2. We've got a CPU fan header and an additional fan header. We've got the easy debug LEDs here, so 4 little lights that tell you if there's a problem with your computer booting up. We've got a 24-pin ATX power here. This is the main power for everything else on our motherboard. Then we have 2 fan headers here, sysfan 1 and sysfan 2. We have some horizontally orientated SATA ports and some vertically orientated SATA ports. Then down the bottom here we have our front panel connections for our power on and off button and reset and all that. This little header above it there's for our diagnostic speaker header. So if you've ever turned on a computer and it went bip after it turned on, that's the speaker that goes bip. Anyway, this little header down here, this is the trusted platform module header. This is the one that you need for Windows 11. We've got a vertically orientated USB 3 front panel connection, so for our USB 3 on our case. These two little pins up here on their own, they're the clear CMOS header, so this will reset our motherboard to factory settings. Then we have two USB 2.0s, got a COM port and serial port header it looks like. Then we've got a 5 volt RGB, 12 volt RGB, and we've got our front panel connections for our audio, so for our speaker and microphone jacks on our case. And then these little capacitors, these little gold capacitors here, these are the audio capacitors. All this stuff around here is related to the audio. Then obviously our audio on the back of our motherboard is as close as possible to the rest of the audio systems on the board. Then we've got Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.1 here. We have gigabit Ethernet. We've got 4 USB 3.0s. We have a HDMI, VGA and DVI port. None of these will be in use for this build. We'll be plugging in through our graphics card, so these will all get plugged up. We have a PS2 port for old school keyboard and mice, and we've also got two USB 2s there as well. Then the only stuff we haven't spoken about is just this stuff here in the middle. So we've got two M2 slots. So one is maximum 2280, this is the maximum 22110, but no one uses 22110, so we'll probably move that offset into the 2280 position. Then other than that, we've got our PCIe X16 slot where our graphics card goes, and we've got two other X1 slots here as well. Then we've got our chipset. This is where the B460 in the motherboard name, this is where the B460 lives under here. And that is all the main features here of this motherboard. So let's get started. Okay, what have we got here? Our M2. So I'm going to move that offset up here. Oh, wrecked it in place. There we go. And so we'll probably install this SSD in the bottom slot, just so it's nice and easy to access that top slot if we want to add a second M2 drive. Just slot that in, they just go in on an angle, they kind of stick up, and we just need a screws. So I've got a little bag of screws, but I'll probably just steal one from in here because I have a tray with a whole heap of them as well. There we go. So there's our M2 drive installed. Now we can install our memory. So nice and easy with the memory tonight. We've got 4 sticks. We don't have to worry about which slots we're using first or any of that. We can just go right ahead and put them in the slots. So we could do it whatever order we wanted to. I'm going to go from this side tonight, just to be different, because I normally start from the other end, because it doesn't matter. Oh, that's definitely wrong. See, once you get 2 in, if there's a bit of writing on the top there, it makes it really easy to know which way they go in the slot. But I still stuffed it up. Hey Rami, how you going? Yep. There we go. That's all installed. Now we'll get our CPU. So this CPU, they were out of stock of the ones with the cooler. And so they were just like, yeah, we've got OEM ones. I was like, okay, well, why aren't they any cheaper? I don't know. So this is, I paid the same price for this as one with the cooler. I didn't get any discount on it. Didn't matter because we have another cooler for it here tonight anyway. But normally I get a cooler with these. And if I've got another cooler, I normally save the cooler for another time. Yeah. Hey Tapiri, how you going, man? Alrighty. So here is our CPU, and it is definitely the correct CPU. Thought I might check that before I just go and put it in and find out they've gypped me. Alright. So we've got to be very careful with our Intel CPUs and putting them in the socket, because the pins are in the socket and they're very, very delicate. That's why it's got this cover over the top of them. And that looks like it just dropped in the socket nicely. Yep. Now we can just put this lid down, and that will put nice equal pressure down over the CPU into the socket, holding it in place. And so you want to keep these little flaps, because if you ever have a problem with the motherboard, you need to have this on if you send it back for warranty. Alright, so we've got our motherboard largely prepped there, so we can turn our attention now to this cooler. And if Christine wants to help get rid of some fans with that chunky screwdriver. So we just need to if you just unscrew them, that'd be a big help. They can just fall off inside the case, that's fine. Alright. So we get two RGB fans on this. And it's our cooler. Put that box aside to be crushed. Scared the shit out of the cat then. No. Okay, so we'll have a back plate to prep up here. We won't be able to just use the AMD mounting brackets on the board like we do if we had an AMD build. Okay, so that's our RGB accessories. We'll worry about that later. Got an AMD kit there. I might keep that as a spare. Here's our back plate. Here's our Intel bracket. Here's our screws and the rest of the stuff that we'll need. Okay, so there's two screw positions here, and we are going to be using the inner one. They give you these little clips. They just clip down and hold the screws in place. So it makes it nice and easy. They're easier to take off than put on, eh?
Mm-hmm. Cats in the seat.
Yep. He knows it's the best seat in the house.
I know. Always jumps in it. Always. Oop.
It's like he anticipated you getting the shits. Alright. So we got that back plate in place there now. Now we can turn our attention to this bracket. So we don't need these. These are for a different Intel chipset. Yeah. Hey Mario, how you going? Yeah, I'll send you through some stuff soon, man, for your updates. So, if you're listening, Mario, in your case, we can't fit a 360mm radiator. We can only fit a 240. So I can get you a 240, the same as the one that you shared. That's no problem. And we can do, yeah, we can either swap the 500GB SSD for a 1TB one, or we can add a 1TB SATA one and keep the 500GB SSD. Which is sort of what I'd recommend. If that's what I'd do if it was my PC. I'd have the two. One for Windows, and then if anything goes wrong with Windows, I know that, oh well, sweet, I can get rid of that, and then I don't have to download all of my games again. Or worry about, oh shit, I need to reinstall Windows, but I've got like important, you know, like photos or whatever, important data that I need. And it's a real pain if you've got to reinstall Windows, and then you got to get stuff off the drive first before you erase everything and reinstall. So it'll be a real pain. So okay, so let's just put this down. I'm going to run these cables as discreet as I can. I should have undid these before I put the cooler block down. Yeah. There we go. And so once you have those opposite corners on, it's a lot easier then. All right. Yeah.
He says he tells us.
Hey Mick, how you going? There we go. So you might have noticed there's no, I didn't put any thermal paste down, it's because there's already thermal paste on this cooler. So we're going to be mounting this to the top, sort of like that. So we'll make sure our fan cables are coming out this way, so that they can be hidden discreetly. The faster you try to do it, the more your hand shakes. Especially after a V. Okay. There's plenty more screwing to do.
Tim,
Yeah.
he says how you feel on today.
Yeah, I'm fine, mate. I know it's pretty weird, but like that's been happening to me for 15 years. Just randomly. So, I'm thinking I'm okay.
He hasn't died yet.
Yeah, I haven't died yet. 0 hospitalizations. Yeah, it's weird, man. Like, the only thing I can put it down to is that I have slightly low blood pressure. Because every time I've ever checked my blood pressure, it's never been like critically low.
No, it's just on the low side.
It's just on the low side, and the doctor's always just like, oh yeah, that's good. That's a good thing, sort of thing. But I don't know. You know, I haven't it's never been enough of an issue to make me complain about it as such. So now we just got these fans to put in, like the correct fans.
There's all these screws that came out of everything there, though. Did they fit?
We'll see which ones will be better.
Oh, they're like exactly the same.
Pretty much the same. Well, it's the same company. The case is Silverstone, the fans are Silverstone.
Yeah.
We're just replacing one lot of the Silverstone fans with a different lot of Silverstone fans. Do you want to see how similar? Do you want to see how similar they are? Where are the other? Where did I put the other ones?
Put them down. Oh, they're like, these ones are shiny. They've got like longer fins, and these got more of a curve.
But on the back, it's like the same. They functionally look the same. You would be, yeah.
Tim.
Yeah.
Nick says, well, you better teach Chris all there is to know about building computers before you fall off the perch. Got to keep the legacy going.
We'll see. We'll see. Hasn't killed me so far. I think your blood pressure normally goes up as you age. Or is that just if you have kids? I'm not sure. Correlation equals causation.
Nick says depends.
Depends, yeah.
Or grumpy wives.
Grumpy wives, yeah.
Yeah.
I deal with
happy
that.
wife, happy life.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they say?
Yeah. Happy wife, drama-free life.
So
Yeah.
says indeed, and it's fucking true.
Alright. Do you feel like unscrewing the back one?
Fork melt that one. one's really in there. The front one's easy. Why is it always the back one so stiff? I was asking you a question.
I don't know. I thought that was a rhetorical question.
No, I was literally asking you why. Oh. Is it because the case is thicker there or something?
No, it's just luck of the draw, babe, with fans and bolts.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Okay, well we can put the front of our case back. There we go. So while Christine's opening the back of that for me, let's open up this power supply.
Sorry, I was going to start doing it with crystallized.
No, that's alright, that's alright. Thanks for that.
I did one.
Alright. A screwdriver.
Tim,
Yeah.
next time any news on the market, Tim?
Any news on
The market?
the market? Let me think. Not really. Not really. I mean, everyone's going, oh, what's this China shipping thing? Blah, 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 blah. I don't know. We'll see. We're just waiting for Intel 12th gen, essentially, at this stage.
Prices.
No, well, I mean, I think prices have kind of hit a point now where I'm not sure how much further they're going to go down before the end of the year.
Yeah, they seem pretty stable.
Yeah, they seem like we've kind of hit a new normal, if you know what I mean.
Makes sense, it's been quiet.
Yeah. But we'll, like I said, we're just waiting on Intel 12th gen, seeing what that's like, seeing what the numbers look like, seeing what the prices look like, more importantly.
I've seen some like articles saying that 12th gen's pretty good, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
I have every reason to think that there will be some advantages there for sure.
You need to get your hands on someone at this, like the day they're coming out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the day they come out, you can expect a live stream.
So
Yeah.
Nick says, of course, AMD will be better, bigger, faster.
Yeah, well, I mean, see, this is how it goes, right? We all just go, oh, we're waiting for Intel 12th gen. Then Intel 12th gen gets launched. Then it goes, oh, we're waiting for Ryzen 6000 to be released and seeing what the numbers are like. And then it'll be, we're waiting for Raptor Lake, aka Intel 13th gen.
Then all the people who like Ryzen, they'll be like, when they swap the pins for...
Yeah, there's a lot of, because obviously with Ryzen 6000 we moved to LGA socket for chips, the aka the what will be the AM5, quote unquote. That's unofficial name at this stage.
Sorry?
Yeah.
It says hi.
Who is it?
Richard?
Hey Richard, how you going? Glad you're here. Okay. So we got our power supply installed. We might get our SSD installed here.
Is this fan going on there?
Yes. Do you want to attempt?
I want to help. Christine can help sometimes.
Yeah.
If she can get it in. I don't have very good hand grip. And tiny hands.
So someone, I think someone on YouTube one time they commented about me using a WD green. They're like, WD green, ooh. So the reason why I use WD green is because it's the best value SSD that
There's
you can
nothing
get.
wrong with WD green.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's a slower SSD.
Yeah, but
I could
haters
get
gonna
a-
hate.
No.
If you're on a budget,
But there's another reason why. There's the reason why you go WD green. It's because you get a Cronus True Image for WD. You get that free. And what that means is if you need to use it like a Cronus to make a copy of your drive, you can do that. You just need one of the drives that you're either copying from or copying to be a WD drive. And that's why you'll see me install it on some people's PCs if they've got a WD drive. Because a Cronus is paid software, it's not free software. It's something that you have to subscribe to. So it's like an antivirus or something like that. So you've actually got to pay for it, and it's an ongoing expense. So it's really good software. I pay for the full version, but if you want to use it for free, you can get a WD drive and you can use it for free.
do you have the bolts that came with this one?
Yeah, they're in the tray there.
Oh god.
There we go, we've got our SSD mounted to this little plate. Now we can plug it in.
I'm just dropping everything. I thought I could help.
Are you going to tap out?
No. Get in there, you... Gotcha.
Alright, so this one little SATA cable that we left out. Go ahead and just plug that in there. Now the rest of those cables can be stashed away. And we got all these to worry about now. So we got our front panels, USB 2, HD audio, and USB 3.0.
Yeah, well, don't have your tail near my feet, cat.
Use the big screwdriver.
No, I'm fine. I'm good. Yeah.
She got it. Hmm? What's up? Yeah, well, we'll just have to wait and see, really, won't we? But I think Intel's got some catching up to do, man, if I'm completely honest with you. Where the fuck? I'm missing one cable. When we put these fans in, I'm missing it's like tucked underneath that bottom fan. just not fine enough. Gotcha. Solved. Go. Alright. So now we've got a whole heap of cables out the back here that we've got to sort through. And what do we need to install in here? So we're going to need some different offsets. This is a micro ATX board with the 8-pin or 8 offset design, also known as a full-size micro ATX board. Oh. They say it's an ATX case for ATX motherboards, and they install like the least amount of offsets that you could possibly use for an ATX board. There we go. So we can now put our rear I/O shield on. Yeah, so be careful you don't cut your fingers on these, they can be quite sharp. There we go. Alright, so now we can get our motherboard in the case. So I'll just lie it down just quickly.
You have to start including these.
Yeah, I know. I was also thinking of sending him to MSI and going, "Hey man, I need a really plushy Lucky."
Does this many amount equate to
What do I? Does this equal a Lucky plushie for me? What do you reckon? Yeah, no?
If someone can find one of those lucky plushies for me, I'll pay extra.
No, I don't
I
want,
want one.
I don't want to pay for one. I want one for free, man. Sweet. That looks pretty good. Just rest that down like that. So unless you have one of the MSI coolers with the pump inside the radiator block, you should never mount your cooler like this, because there's always a pocket of air in these things, and we need to have the pump at, we can't have the pump at the high point basically. It can be in the middle and it can be at the bottom, but it can't be at the top. If not, there'll be constantly a bubble of air circulating around in the pump, and the pump won't run efficiently.
Tim,
Yeah.
Reese wants to know, what's your favourite brand?
What's my favourite brand? Ooh.
I really like that Rod Strix that you're going on, so maybe then.
Oh, I don't know.
Tim likes all PC parts.
Yeah, I'm a fan of a lot of stuff. No, like I mean, I use a whole heap of different brands of stuff every day, so I'm not very brand loyal, if you know what I mean. I try not to be. Brand loyalty, like, yeah, you can. I mean, it's all right to like have your favorite brands and stuff, but it's bad to discount something just because it's not your favorite brand. Like you know, people will discount AMD because it's not Intel if they're Intel fans, but really, you know, they'd have a great time with a Ryzen 5000 chip. It'd be fine. So people do that sort of stuff all the time. But there are certain brands that you'll see me use here a lot. All the big ones mainly. They're like Leon Lee's stuff. They do a good job. Sort of we got to plug in at the top. We plugged in the CPU power, routed those cables to the back. Alright, so this fan at the back is going to be plugged into the CPU fan over there. And then So I can't reach the header I want routing this cable that way. That just fits. Any tighter than that, I wouldn't be comfortable. It's pretty tight. No, that'll be okay. So we've got everything plugged in up the top. I'll just put a couple of screws in. It seems like a different offset. Go. Yeah, I know. Sweet as. Alright. So now we've got all of this to sort out back here. So we need this RGB controller. Okay, that will go at the end of our daisy chain. So let's sort out some of this mess. So these are all our front panel connections. And all these stem cables are our fans and fan RGB. You belong down there. And these are our power cables. So, first one, we're going to route this one down behind the back of our motherboard. Go. And so now that we've got the one connected, we can daisy chain the rest in. Oh. I was like, why is this the wrong? Why is this not wrong? Just had an adapter piece on. I already had another one of these. I was like, where is that? Yeah, sweet. One, two, three, four. Yep. And then this one will plug in to this controller here. And now we can plug in our Deep Cool / Corsair 3-pin devices. Let's get some electrical tape. I'll just tape up those RGB connections there. It's really annoying when these come loose. So I'm hopefully saving you digging around in the back of your case by doing this. Not too spicy for you? Alright, that's all looking good. So,
Oh, Nick wants to know what I'm eating. These things are really good.
the new,
It's like spicy, but it's literally biting into a lime at the same time. It's good. Buy them! They're not like, you know, overpowering spicy. I don't do really spicy things, but these things are good.
they're like apparently chili and lime Doritos.
Mm-hmm.
Do they taste like red Doritos with chili and lime?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. There you go.
Red Doritos, but biting into a lime that's a little bit more spicy than red Dorito.
Yeah, sweet. That sounds pretty mad.
These things would make really good nachos.
Yeah, I think that's sort of part of the marketing at the moment. Alright, so now we've got our 3 front fans. Got all this RGB up here.
It says, look nice if I can find them. It says mine or our favourites are the Red Rock chili chips. Well, I haven't tried them. But I do like Red Rock.
Okay. So it's ordered chaos.
Where did you get these from?
From Coles.
Worked there and I've never seen them.
So these front 3 fans, I'm just going to plug into this controller. Yeah. Yeah, I know I know the ones, Mick. I'm a FMCG veteran, so my last job was with Asahi Beverages, which owns. They are the Australian distributor of Pepsi branded products and Schweppes and all that. And so Red Rock Deli is owned by PepsiCo, which is Smith's in Australia. So Smith's own Red Rock Deli. So they're active in Australia, but they don't look after Pepsi. Asahi looks after Pepsi. Okay, so we got that fan controller plugged in to one of the sys fan headers. Now we've got a few other cables to deal with. 1 and 2, so we might... Do I have one up here? We will use this splitter. So we've got a fan header down the bottom of the motherboard. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so now we've just got these three to plug in to our controller here. There we go. Sweet as. We have all of our fans and RGB all hooked up. Probably tie them off up there. Probably with these going across there. Okay. Plug all these in. Make sure you get the right pins. That always helps. Okay, so we've got our front panel audio. What the hell is happening with what on? What the hell has happened here? What are you caught on? Oh my god. That was an ordeal. Oh, look at that. That just slides straight through. Bastard. There we go, the one cable that we can't really conceal behind the motherboard because it's too thick. There we go. Got them all there eventually. Bloody hell. There we go. So now all that's left is to plug in our graphics card. Huh. Thanks Mario, I just saw that. Okay. As usual, covered in plastic, like they all are. Always remember to remove this bit on the back plate there, because it'll interrupt the card being cooled by the airflow around it. Go. Alrighty, so we just need one of these PCIe power cables, so we can stash one away for later. And I don't know, let's just go through here. Let's get this 6+2 cable together properly. And that can plug in there. And we can tie that back neatly there. Okay, we have one gaming rig. So now we can see whether Tim's done it right. Go. What do you reckon? Feeling good tonight? It's looking pretty alive. Okay. Okay, I'm going to enter this product key now so I don't forget. It's been a bit forgetful lately with them. Yeah, I sneezed. Oh. Okay, we are in Windows.
to.
Yeah.
No, let's know what card do you think gets you closest to PS5?
Man, any of the 30, any like modern graphics card, 30 series or Radeon 6000 is going to get you as good or better than PS5. Okay. Oh, no, I'm not. Put it back in the fridge. Okay, everything else is all good. Oh, actually. You do have an SSD to set up. There we go. There's our SSD. Alrighty, so once that restarts, I should say, everything will be installed, and we'll be good to run some benchmarks on it and do our stress test. Alrighty. So how are we looking? Alright, let's adjust the date and time. This one's going down to New South Wales. That's all good. Cumulative updates. And afterburner, let's set this up. Sweet. Let's turn off all this annoying shit that starts up automatically when we open up our computer. Just want the essentials. We can decide. I'll leave the driver update utility there. Yeah, that's fine. Dragon Center has our RGB lighting. So I want that to activate. Alright, so let's run Heaven here at the out of the box settings. So this number here below RAM is our FPS. Okay. So that was heaven on the out of the box settings. Let's do Valley on max. Alrighty. So that was Heaven running at Ultra. And finally we do our 4K benchmark. Not 8K, 4K. No one games in 8K, let's be serious. So the other two are 1080, this is 4K. Alrighty. So that was the superposition benchmark at 4K optimized. So now we are at the end of the night. So I don't think there's really too many people watching. This is Tuesday night, so this is like the quietest night of the week. I normally don't do a stream on Tuesday night, but we got a fair few orders at the moment, so charging through. Oh, there's an app I don't have that I need. I've sworn I installed this. Okay, so if there's anyone who wants to ask any other final questions before we finish up for the night, now's your chance to speak. Look at that CPU with that big cooler on it. You can't even make it hot. No, we got no one left on YouTube. Only one person left on Facebook. A couple of people left on Twitch. So it's late Tuesday night. So I'll probably leave it there. I think there's no issues here with temps. It's just going to smash through this stress test. It's not going to be a problem. So yeah. Oh. Let me actually click on the right screen there. Okay. Alright everyone, thanks for watching tonight. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next video.